My name is Shaun Washington. I'd like to speak with you about being an effective communicator. First, let me tell you about myself a little bit. Year is 1985, back in Brooklyn, New York. Young, skinny black kid goes on vacation with his family. We go to St. Martin, which is a tropical island. It's hot. Young kid is really, really shy. So shy, in fact, I'm afraid to unbutton the top two buttons on my shirt so that I could cool off a little bit. Well, fast forward to 2005, working as a substance abuse prevention specialist, and I have to do a presentation to a church group speaking on sex and drugs and what their young kids in middle school and younger are doing. So needless to say, I was very nervous. So nervous to the point where I just kind of had to stop in the middle of my presentation, shake everything off, tell everybody to take off their hats, kick off the shoes, get comfortable, because we're going to talk about some really hard things to speak about. Well, fast forward to now, I'm used to doing presentations with people to interact with, but I'm really having a hard time speaking to a computer. But I'm going to try to work my way through this. So, looking for what makes an effective communicator. At the beginning of the semester, we did an activity that says, "Are you an effective communicator?" We talked about our top 5 competencies. My top 5 competencies were listening effectively, adapting to people and cultures, supporting or comforting others, being empathetic, and gaining an audience's attention and or interest. The last one, participating effectively in a group discussion. Can't really have a discussion because I'm speaking to myself right now. Had to kick the cat out of the room, so I can't even speak to the cat at this point. So I'm going to touch on what employers are looking for at this current time. Well, the main thing they're looking for is an effective communicator. The past would dictate that we would normally worry about our technical proficiencies over our people skills or interpersonal skills. Engelberg and Wynn define communication as process of using verbal and nonverbal messages to generate meaning within across a variety of contexts. So if we're able to do that, then we're able to decode and encode information, which is send and interpret messages that other people are sending. And so getting past our, do you know how to make this, sell this, do this, can you actually interact with people that we're trying to sell with? Next, we're going to look on, learning on the job versus acquiring the skill. Normally, jobs would want you to learn through on-the-job training, but when it comes to communication, that's not really something that you have to learn on the spot. That's something that you gotta grow and learn through, going through the fire, keeping things, moving, taking your lumps, like I'm taking my lumps at this point in time. Barriers to communication are, right now, for me, it's the medium. I'm not really used to speaking to myself. I don't really do chats and different things that we have nowadays. That is another thing that has become a barrier. People aren't usually used to having face-to-face conversations anymore. They're used to texting, emailing, Snapchatting, tweeting, different things like that. But even then, you still have to use your communication skills to be able to communicate your message effectively. So at the end of the day, what you really want is to have credibility with what you're saying, so for people to be confident and be able to identify with you. You also want to be able to use your voice effectively. Really struggling with that right now, but I'm going to keep trying to do it and have to have a purpose that you believe and feel strongly in. If your purpose is strong and you believe what you're saying, then other people are more likely to believe it as well. Recap, still somewhat of a shy person, but trying to work my way through this. Hope everybody enjoyed what I was saying. I would ask that you ask me more questions, but obviously you can't do that. But Shaun Washington signing off.